We are back, week 5 of the Teddy and Brooke Show. I believe it's week 5.
It is.
All right, we're here again. You're recapping some prep football. We're going to look at the Aggie hoop season, and also we're going to throw some Aggie football in there too. So let's rock and roll. We're going to start out by just recapping quickly the Mayfield Cruces game. Brooke, what were your feelings on the outcome?
Well, I actually picked Mayfield because I thought they were due. Cruces had won 3 in a row. Mayfield won 3 in a row before that, but it wasn't to be. Cruces is just a great team. Now they got some time off to relax and rest up a little bit. Mayfield goes into the playoffs this weekend, but they kept it close. It was a respectable game, but Cruces just had a little too much.
That's 4 straight wins for Cruces in this series. Obviously, when you win 4 straight in a rivalry like this, that is a big deal. Mayfield up 9-0 at the halftime. Cruces goes in and makes some adjustments in the ground game. You see Xavier Hall get a couple TDs in the second half, and boom, it's 14-9 final. Give Cruces a lot of credit. Very well coached team. They come out on top. We'll have to wait probably till next year. Only time these teams can meet again is in the state finals. So buckle up. Let's look at the Mayfield game against Rio Rancho here this weekend. 7 p.m. start, Friday night at the Field of Dreams. You think Mayfield comes out on top?
Yeah, Trojans need to go out and eliminate Rio Rancho. They're 4-6. Teams with losing records have no place in the postseason. So I think Mayfield will win anyway, but they need to go out and just drop them out of the playoffs.
I agree wholeheartedly. Why is 16 teams getting into the playoffs? Let's shrink the field down, slice it in half, make it 8. Right now we have a diluted field. This is like the NBA playoffs. We don't need it. I do think Mayfield comes out on top. Rio Rancho likes to blitz on defense. I think they have a pretty big team, but Trojans are built for this. It's playoff time. They win this.
Mayfield at home in the postseason is pretty low.
It's automatic. We're going to move on now. Cruces High obviously has their bye. Let's talk Aggie football, Brooke. They're hosting La Tech. What are your thoughts?
Like last week, winnable game, but probably won't win. La Tech comes in with, I think, 3 wins. They've just beat, not too long ago, Idaho and Utah State, the last 2 teams to beat the Aggies. La Tech can put some points on the board. They have a good return man who, had a touchdown last week, special teams player of the week. So.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see La Tech because their identity is much different. They brought in Sonny Dykes this offseason. He likes to run a spread-out offense. They throw the ball a lot. Stark contrast to previous coach Derek Dooley, who really believed in the ground game and defense and special teams to win in football games. La Tech's played a very tough schedule. I think they come here. I think it's going to be a tough game for the Aggies. They spread it out. One thing to look for, November, weather's cold. It's supposed to be a frosty evening Friday night to Saturday morning, so the game could be played in cold temperatures for Cruces. Aggie basketball, always a big deal when they open the season. They're on the road at Louisiana Lafayette. You mentioned this is an old Sun Belt rivalry. I find that interesting.
Yeah, sure is. They haven't met since 04-05, but they used to play every year. Lafayette had a winning record in the conference last year, but barely 10-8 overall losing record. The Aggies, I think, have better talent. 3 returning starters with double digits. Well, of course, Wendell's out with an injury, but good chance for the Aggies to go over there and get a little momentum to start the season.
Yeah, I think it's a good opening game for the Aggies. The challenge always to go on the road is the challenge always to go on the road for opening night. No Jamar Young, no Jonathan Gibson. They tried a lot of swagger and scoring punch out of the backcourt. And Brooke, of course, brought up the injury to Wendell, who really is the heart and soul of that basketball team. But they do bring back a ton of size. They bring back a very steady player in Ernest LaRoche at the point, a versatile scorer in Troy Gillenwater, and a banger in Hamidou Rahman down low. They do have some new faces. I think the big thing is that this is always a huge game for this Las Cruces community when the Aggie basketball team takes the court. It's really a big prideful sport in this town. They've had a very good history, and I mean they made the tournament last year. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, and they if they start out well, the Tan Center always rocks when it's full. They've had some trouble with crowd size, so if they can get a couple wins early, they get a good crowd. Get the Lobo game and the minor game, and then keep the crowds going. That will help the team.
Absolutely. Guys, thanks again for checking back in. We always have fun doing this. Teddy, Brooke, we're signing off. Have a great week.